Greetings to everyone across the globe. Whether you are just starting your day on the west coast of the United States, or maybe winding down the evening on the east coast of Somalia, I extend a warm welcome to each of you. Speaking of, I'm curious, how many time zones do we span today? Please take a moment to add your time zone to the chat. It's just past 10:30 a.m. for me Eastern Time in Miami, Florida. Wow, this virtual room is truly connected on all corners of the world. My name is Abby Flaw, Associate Programs Manager for Summit here at Watson Institute, and it is my honor to welcome you to the 2023-2024 Western Union Foundation Fellowship Summit. Today, we are here to celebrate 45 rising, impact-driven entrepreneurs and community leaders dedicated to creating systemic change in highly marginalized, refugee, and displaced communities. Western Union Foundation Fellows, please drop your name in the chat so we can give you a virtual round of applause. Now, let's dive into the heart of the program today. You will witness 15 venture pitches from individuals based in Brazil, India, Nigeria, Uganda, the USA, Ghana, and Argentina. You will also enjoy 3 Basecamp pitches from individuals based in Pakistan and India, who led 1 to 3 day intensive workshops for members of their communities. Midway through the program, you will hear from our partners at the Western Union Foundation. But before we get to that, let me express our gratitude to the Western Union Foundation, who has fully funded this program, with this being the 3rd cohort of Western Union Foundation Fellows to date, enabling entrepreneurs to pursue their passion and impact highly marginalized, refugee, and displaced communities across the globe. Thank you, Western Union Foundation, for your generous support. Now, I would like to pass the virtual mic to the incredible program manager, Nirva Daya, and the programs coordinator, Uche Okbana, who worked closely with each of the fellows, advocating and uplifting them every step of their 16-week fellowship journey. You both embraced this fellowship with attention and care, and I am so excited for the audience to get to see a glimpse of this incredible duo. Nirva and Uche, you have the floor.
Hello, my name is Nirva Daya, and I've had the honor of serving as a program manager for the Western Union Foundation Fellowship. Having joined Watson Institute 2 months before the fellowship start, I was excited and nervous to manage a program at the scale of the Western Union Foundation Fellowship. It didn't take long for those emotions to subside and transition to a constant feeling of awe. The awe was fueled by the high level of inspiration the Western Union Foundation's fellows brought weekly. Whether it was doing everything in their power to attend sessions through power outages and inclement weather, managing different time zones and countless other responsibilities, or hearing the stories about the differences their ventures were having on the lives of those they served, the Western Union Foundation Fellows worked tirelessly to make an impact. Yet the most significant source of awe comes from the Western Union Foundation Fellows' ability to create a true sense of community. Even though they were spread out across 5 continents, the Western Union Foundation Fellows have formed a community that spans beyond geographic borders. The relationships built during the fellowship will extend well beyond the 16-week program and create a lasting community of changemakers. To all the Western Union Foundation Fellows, I am genuinely grateful to have met you and proud to be a footnote in your stories. Congratulations on all your hard work, and I can't wait to continue watching your journeys. Now, I'll pass it off to Uche.
Evie and Nirva, thank you for the thoughtful and warm introduction as we kick off this promising summit celebration. My name is Uche Okbana. Supporting this dynamic cohort of Western Union Foundation Fellows as program coordinator has been an absolute honor and a joy from the very start. Throughout this journey, I've had the privilege of witnessing their generosity, thoughtfulness, and unwavering enthusiasm in numerous instances, a tapestry of moments I wish I could vividly recount for all of you here. From Israel Conscious' generous offer to share Basecamp merch and material with Ruby Ross, to Mohammed Ikram's remarkable leadership, fueled by the resilience he attributes to his mother, his hero, and Francis Obani-Jesu's unwavering dedication in scheduling regular one-on-one check-ins and consistently showing up at his best despite facing significant time differences and challenges with internet bandwidth. Each Zoom session we shared with the Western Union Foundation Fellows was not just welcoming and radiant, but also brimming with insightful commentary and delightful humorous chat responses. Your ability to connect on such profound levels is truly admirable, and I firmly believe that you are poised to achieve great heights together. Your strong bonds and close connections set the stage for your collective success. Congratulations on successfully navigating this transformative 16-week journey with an abundance of optimism. Here's to you, to each of you, and your indispensable presence as global citizens. Cheers to your accomplishments. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nirva and Uche. It is a joy to work alongside both of you, and I know the fellows agree too. So friends, let's give Nirva and Uche some love in the chat. As we celebrate the success of this year's Western Union Foundation Fellowship, we can't overlook the incredible contributions from mentors, Impact Series teachers, and preceptors. Preceptors led the fellows through transformative sessions, diving into data, metrics, funding, strategies, and more. The connections formed with mentors and Impact Series teachers go beyond the Western Union Foundation Fellowship. Remarkably, 59% of Watson Institute's alumni maintain these relationships up to 10 years after graduation. A testament to the lasting impact of mentorship. The goal of the Western Union Foundation Fellowship is to equip rising entrepreneurs and leaders with the skills and experience to increase access to economic opportunity, build valuable networks and resources, and transform their communities. Now, I'm thrilled to share that we'll be doing something a little different for the 2023-2024 Western Union Foundation Summit. Over the next 2 hours, I will be guiding you through Summit based on the locations of the fellows. Remember, fellows are presenting from all corners of the world today, from Brazil to India, Nigeria, Uganda, the USA, Pakistan, Ghana, and Argentina. It is our goal that you will feel connected to and inspired by the entrepreneurs and their communities. So, buckle up and let's begin. Now, as we embark on our global journey, let me take you to the heart of East Africa. Our first stop today is in Uganda. We'll have the privilege of hearing from 4 remarkable individuals, each weaving their unique narrative of impact and change. Let's meet Miriam Beza, the creative force behind Clay Cosmo, a for-profit skincare brand with a profound mission. Miriam refuses to let the challenges faced by refugee women define their future. Through education and employment opportunities, Clay Cosmo empowers these resilient women. Imagine facial masks, soaps, oils, scrubs, shea butter, all crafted from natural clay products. Clay Cosmo has not only made its mark as a finalist in the UN Development Program Youth Ideathon, but also secured victory in the Because International Accelerator Pitch Contest in 2022. Their impact echoes in the training of 300 refugee women, serving 1,000 customers, and raising an impressive $30,000 in funding. Miriam, the spotlight is on you.
Jambo, habari yenu, mbote, bozama lamu. Leo tutaongelea juu ya Clay Cosmo na tutaongelea leo mkiswahili mulugha ya kwetu. J'espère que muko munatuelewa, mutatusikia. Oh, I'm sorry for that. I know you're confused. How do you feel? Out of place? In the darkness? Confused? That's how refugees feel in a new country. My name is Miriam Feza. I'm a refugee in Uganda since 2015. Upon arriving in Uganda, I experienced a traumatizing journey of a refugee: war, lack of job, lack of opportunities, language barrier, and discrimination. My future became uncertain. I could no longer afford money to pay for my basic need. In order to get them, I found myself vulnerable in relationship with old men in my community where I've been sexually abused. Just like me, today Uganda hosts 1.5 million refugees whose daily survival is a challenge amid this reduction of humanitarian aid, which is now $5.4 per month per refugee that can barely sustain. 82% of the refugee population are women and children, and just like me, in the effort to support their families, they find themselves in situations like abuse, prostitution, and exploitation. I learned from my previous pain as a motivation to support other refugees. That's how I founded Clay Cosmo, a social enterprise that promotes and advocates for refugee women's self-sustainability through employment and education. We train and help the refugee women to produce all-natural clay-based skin and hair care products that create new cells to the skin and give it the natural beauty that it deserves. We are having a simple business model. It's a B2B business model. We give the essential oil seed and the training to the refugee women in the camp, then later purchase at a fair price. We then involve the refugee women in Kampala into the production and later distribute the product to retailers, organic stores into a receipt. We sell a product at an average of $10 with a profit margin of 70%. So far since 2022, we've been able to make a revenue of $20,000, but also raise $14,300 from Because International and the United Nations of Development Program. I know you're wondering why beauty product. Currently, there's higher global market in the beauty industry, which is now $18.6 billion. And in Africa, it's $56 billion, going to Uganda with $4.7 million, with the annual growth rate of 5.4%. Differently from other beauty industry, we provide 100 natural, organic, and eco-friendly skin and hair care products. Our packaging are reusable and biodegradable. Since 2022, we've been able to train 300 refugee women. We've been able to provide 15 employment, where 80% of these refugee women are now keeping dignity and are becoming independent. We've been able to sell 2,000 units. By 2027, we want to create Clay Cosmo branches in East Africa, which will allow us to train 5,000 refugee women, provide 1,000 jobs, and sell 10,000 sustainable beauty products. We are a team of refugees who are passionate about their story, passionate about skincare formulation, and the love of impact. Today, we are seeking for $80,000 so we can certify our product. And to certify our product, we need to have a good working space and have the equipment. With your support today, we'll be able to make this dream happen and give a smile to the refugee women who have endured a lot, but also promoting sustainable beauty care products in Uganda and abroad. Thank you for supporting us today and being part of our journey.
Thank you, Miriam, for kicking off Summit with a glimpse into the powerful work that you do. Next, I would like to introduce you to Catherine Nakayemba, who is on a mission to end menstrual stigma and period poverty. Picture a world where marginalized women and girls in Uganda's refugee settlements are not just empowered, but thrive. Safe Girl Initiative makes this mission a reality, offering education, training, and skills development for economic sustainability. Their impactful journey includes raising over $200,000, generating 300 employment opportunities, and reaching 60,000 individuals through menstrual awareness sensitization campaigns. Catherine, your dedication to menstrual education and empowerment for all women and girls is truly inspiring. The stage is yours.
Did you know that 3.6 million adults and girls in rural Uganda still sit down in dust because they lack what to use? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Catherine Nakayemba from the Safe Girl Initiative Uganda. Growing up in an orphanage, I experienced a number of challenges that a 2-year could never have imagined. I went from sleeping on the streets to feeding in trash bins. Life became even harder when I got my first periods. I thought I was going to die. I rushed to the nearest latrine, got a rusty piece of paper that I used to pad myself. To date, over 62 million adults and girls worldwide still miss 48 days of school because they lack what to use during menstruation. A third of those know nothing about menstruation prior to their starting. And at Safeguard, the problem that we are trying to solve is the non-affordability and limited access of menstrual products in the rural and disadvantaged communities of Uganda. To address that challenge, we provide a reusable menstrual kit that is safe, affordable, and accessible to all menstruating people in Uganda. Additionally, we conduct menstrual awareness campaigns in both schools and communities where we provide accurate information about menstruation, menstrual hygiene, reproductive health, and sanitation at large. Our business model is very simple. We train and employ local women that do the production of the reusable sanitary pads, and with the final product, we sell to our B2B customers, who are the NGOs and corporate companies that later subsidize to our B2C customers, who are the women and girls in rural and disadvantaged communities, for them to be able to get the product at a cheaper price. Our market is a growing one, with over 15 million women in Uganda, that later grows to over 48.6 million in East Africa and to 500 women in Africa. And all a woman or a girl needs are the 2 Safeguard menstrual kits, and she's ready to go all year long. We are not the only players in the market. Of course, we have competitors. However, what differentiates us from all this competition is that we provide an all-in-one solution that comes with 2 reusable sanitary pads, 1 cotton knicker, a piece of soap, a menstrual booklet, and a storage bag that one can use in case they are traveling or at school. Now, I don't do this alone. We are a core team of 3 passionate and dedicated women who come with 12 plus years of experience in business management, marketing, and partnership creation. What makes us even fit to address this challenge is that we all come from a marginalized background. It is important to note that we've created some amazing traction along the way. For example, we produce over 65,000 menstrual kits that we've distributed all around the country, enabling us to reduce the number of girls dropping out of school at 10%. And we currently have a production space in Mpigi that is employing 22 full-time employees, and of recent, we established another training center in Rhino Cap refugee settlement that is employing 60 women and men who had lost hope in the world. For us to create even further impact, we are looking for 70,000 in seed funding and grants that we hope to invest in establishing another training center in Chaka 2 refugee settlement. We are also looking for partnerships to enable us scale our work to other parts of the country. We are looking for expertise in fundraising and marketing, and we are also looking to fundraise to scale to other parts of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, from growing up in an orphanage to sleeping on the streets, feeding in trash bins, and now to being selected as a Western Union Foundation Fellow, I believe if we join hands, we can change the lives of women and girls in the rural and disadvantaged communities of Uganda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. Your journey is truly remarkable. Now, let's venture into the world of Catherine Sekitoliko and Ubuntu Baiwa Kasalina. This for-profit venture transforms local produce into premium healthy snacks, enhancing their value and shelf life. Catherine envisions a future where snacks not only satisfy cravings, but also support local farmers. In collaboration with CARE International and 200 smallholder farmers in the Changwali refugee camp, Ubuntu Baiwa Kasalina is a taste of excellence. Catherine, take the floor.
Hello, my name is Catherine Sekitoleko, and I am the founder of Ubuntu Wakasalina. I am here today to introduce you to a snacking revolution, Ubuntu Wakasalina, snacking for change. Did you know that poor diet contributes to 11 million deaths annually? We have to change that narrative. In Uganda alone, more than 50% of fruits and vegetables produced go completely to waste. At the same time, there is a rise in food insecurity, malnourishment, and lifestyle diseases. Our communities are currently inundated with food products made from low quality ingredients that are produced using chemical pesticides, processed using chemical preservatives, and then packed in plastic. This normally affects marginalized communities the most. And that is why, when we thought of a solution to all of this, we came up with our delicious, healthy snacks. These snacks are made from ingredients that are sourced from the 100 food forests that we have cultivated along with marginalized refugee communities in Western Uganda. They have resulted so far in 5 delicious, healthy snack products that we market and support these communities with. What makes our products unique is not only the ingredients, but it's also the unique recipes we use, the gentle processing methods that bring out the best in the tropical fruits and vegetables that we use, as well as our unwavering commitment to social impact. Our growth path is very much clear to us that the more we produce these delicious snacks, the more people we can impact and the more forests that we can plant. There is no other organization doing what we're doing today. Our business model is therefore very clear. We follow green growth, where we put people, the environment, and profit at par. We partner with communities, other organizations, and the environment itself to produce the delicious snacks that we make. And these delightful and nutritious snacks go on to change lives through health, climate change resilience, and economic upliftment. Our market expansion plan includes targeted marketing to ensure we reach our eco-conscious, health-conscious, sustainability-minded consumer. And we will do this by following emerging trends of the growing health and well-being movement. We will support this through the economic upliftment of communities that we work with, especially in the refugee sector, but in also the internally displaced people that we work with in the host community. We shall continue building more partnerships and leveraging the ones that we have with organizations like CARE International, Western Union Foundation, Watson Institute, to name some of the organizations that are committed to supporting organizations like ours that are creating change every day. Continued engagement with the community will also mean that we can increase our impact by increasing the number of food forests that we have planted, the number of people we're supporting, and the amount of ingredients we're purchasing from these communities. By purchasing more ingredients from these communities, we'll be able to grow our production and grow our brand globally. We stand out from the competition and from the crowd by our real commitment to social impact and our real commitment to improve humanity and the high quality of the ingredients of our snacks. The growth of our business means the growth of the environment and the growth of the communities we work with, which is unique compared to what other global producers are doing today. We therefore invite you to join our revolution by supporting our $300 ask. This money will go towards purchasing machinery for improved efficiency, increased productivity, and it will also go to improving our markets, our brand awareness, as well as expanding our team and our impact. We will do this as a group of individuals that has come together with aligned values and shared vision towards the opportunity to make everyone eat well, be well, and do well. We recognize this as a huge opportunity as well as a huge challenge, and this is why we are grateful to you for joining our mission today. Thank you very much, and we look forward to hearing from you through the contact information provided.
Thank you, Catherine, for your dedication to healthy, delicious snacks that make an impact. Now, on to our final presenter in Uganda. Let's meet Albert Juma Mutabazi, founder of Youth Organization for Building African Communities, or YOBAC, Nursery and Primary School. Albert is on a mission to provide more than just education. He's shaping futures in the Changwali refugee settlement. YOBAC is more than a school. It's a beacon of hope. With a commitment to comprehensive education, psychological support, and community engagement, YOBAC has raised $60,000 and enrolled over 350 refugee children. The floor is yours.
Hello everyone, I am Albert Juma Mutabazi, a founder and executive director at the Youth Organization for Building African Communities, a community-based organization that provides access to quality education for refugee children living in Changwali refugee settlement. We start from kindergarten to primary 5. At my 6 years, I lost my father in the Democratic Republic of Congo War, pushing me into a challenging life. At 12, a guardian enrolled me in school, but by primary 6, he died of disease. With no option, I dropped out of school, working odd jobs. A neighbor paid for my school fees in exchange for caring for goats, enabling me to reach high school. Excelling in senior 4, I earned a scholarship, completing high school in 2016. Amidst war in my area, I fled toward Changwali refugee settlement. Reaching the refugee settlement, I witnessed numerous challenges similar to my past, and this ignited my passion to provide access to quality education for the children who were in the refugee settlement. I addressed the inadequate education access for refugee children living in the Changwali refugee settlement, where the population is 1.4 million and 61% are children. We started with 10 young individuals, and we started by digging for someone and selling the food we received from WFP to collect money which could help us to buy scholastic resources to provide to these children so that they can join public schools. But after realizing that public schools are not providing the quality education we are aiming at, we started our private school, and 9 classrooms were constructed. And so far, 350 children has enrolled. Our holistic approach involves technology, local partnerships, community engagement, tailored effective education for Changwali's children. Our financial sustainability hinges on donors funding, government grants, and NGO partnerships. Our revenue is generated through education services and community outreach. Our spending prioritizes technology, teachers training, and community development, ensuring impactful resources allocation for the education of refugee children. Our team is experienced in education, community development, and we work together to achieve our goals. We are seeking strategic partners and financial support to scale YOBAC's impact to educate more 350 children. Thank you for considering YOBAC Nursery and Primary School. Together, let's empower minds and build a resilient future, one where every child, regardless of circumstances, has the opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Albert, for sharing your personal story and the positive impact that you make on children of the Chingwali refugee settlement. Now, let's embark on our next journey, traveling nearly 4,000 miles to India. In India, we have two presenters, both working to empower the next generation of students. Our first presenter, Vivek Kaushik, is the visionary leader behind ClayLab, a nonprofit dedicated to bridging the gap in children's exposure and awareness to career pathways. ClayLab's volunteer model, which began with 100 volunteers in 2021, has now blossomed to engage over 1,000 mentors, with plans to onboard an astounding 100,000 mentors by 2030. To date, they've reached over 3,000 students, which demonstrates the improvements in educational continuation, self-learning, employability skills, and decision-making. This transformative journey has also raised $72,000 in grants and donations to support their noble cause. Vivek, the stage is yours.
Hello, I am Vivek from ClayLab Education Foundation. Let's begin by looking at these two pictures. On the right-hand side, you can see posh residential apartments. Students from these apartments generally have educated and well-to-do parents, for whom education and exposure for their children are the top priorities. These children in such societies get exposure to various professionals like doctors, engineers, business people, etc. On the left-hand side, you can see an urban slum. Students from these communities generally have uneducated parents for whom the priority is that their children start earning as soon as possible. And only 7% of these students have exposure to white-collar jobs and the associated life skills. What does this comparison indicate? It shows the lack of social capital these students from urban slums or less privileged communities have. This means they lack the community and network through which one can access knowledge, exposure, and opportunities to succeed professionally. And there are more than 10 million such students in India itself who are ready to begin their life and may face this lack of social capital. In 2018, after spending 8 years in the corporate world, I gathered the courage to work towards this problem and joined Teach for India Fellowship, where my co-founders Brotati and Purva and I taught grade 9 and 10 students in Mumbai in government schools. We experienced the negative impact of this lack of social capital for these students very closely. Therefore, right after finishing our fellowships, we started ClayLab to help these students overcome this lack of social capital. We run a one-to-one online mentoring program for students with a special focus on exposure to careers, life skills, and networking. These are the pictures of our mentors and mentees when they could meet in a physical space. This community of mentors provide the social capital to our beneficiaries. Our beneficiaries are 15 to 18-year-old students from less privileged communities, and our mentors are volunteers who are working professionals. We chose mentoring because it provides personalized one-on-one support. And why an online model? Because it is scalable, cost-effective, and not limited to any geography. Let me share some success stories now. 17-year-old Sarfraz, a sweeper's son, got a mentor who helped him to learn to code and later on get an internship also with an IT startup. The CEO of this company was impressed by Sarfraz's talent so much that he agreed to sponsor Sarfraz's total engineering fee of USD 18,000 at the university. Anshika, a cab driver's daughter, lacked direction in her career plans, but with the help of her mentor, she could set up a goal to become a company secretary and started pursuing the same. At the same time, she got 2 online paid internships and now at the age of 19 itself is earning more than what her father earns. This way, our mentors have unlocked benefits worth 120,000 US dollars for their mentees. So far, we have expanded our program in 5 different geographies, impacting 3,000 students in the last 3 years, and we aim to impact 10,000 students in the next 2 years. In our program, 80% of our students reported improved career awareness and exposure, and 90% students showed improvement in at least 2 employability skills. Our volunteers can also progress through different roles while volunteering with us. This way, we have created a community of 1,000 plus mentors managed by 90 plus super mentors and 10 plus super mentor coaches, and all of them are volunteers. As a result of these volunteer driven operations, our operational cost has also come down to just $28 US per child annually. So, are you ready to partner with us to fill gaps in social capital for 1 million students and their families in the next 10 years itself? We started our journey in July 2020, and since then we have received support from 4 incubation programs and have recently started receiving international recognitions as well. How can you partner with us? You can help us raise 70,000 US dollars for the year 2024 operations to impact 3,000 students. You can also help us build our volunteer community, which can fill the gap of social capital for millions of students in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek, for illuminating the path of mentorship and education in India. Our journey through this beautiful country does not end just yet. Join me in welcoming our second presenter, Ananya Mukiri. With the Kongshu Project, Ananya is dedicated to empowering tribal communities in Northeast India through a contextualized and democratic education model. The Kongshu Project fosters independent, critical thinkers capable of collectively addressing local challenges. With the support of the Western Union Foundation, their aim is to engage global leaders in problem solving for tribal community issues and build a network of changemakers. To date, the venture has improved the reading levels of 35 learners and raised $6,000 in funding through crowdfunding. Ananya, take it away.
Hi everyone, this is Swayam, a teenager who has never left her village of Bonrong Tadaisang. She saw traffic lights in one of her books the other day and asked me, "Miss, what is this?" I helplessly wondered, how do I explain traffic lights to her when she hardly sees a vehicle? I replied, "Sweetheart, traffic lights control traffic on broad streets and lanes." "Oh," she said. She dropped her book and left the library. As sad as it is, she did not seem to care. Reasonably so. She could not relate to what she had just learned. As a passionate educator and the co-founder, I present the Kongshu Project. The structure you are looking at right now is a Kongshu. Traditionally, Kongshus are institutions integral to the Naga tribal culture in India. Each Naga village had a Kongshu for communal discussions and knowledge exchange. Kongshus were equipped with dormitories that housed youths of all ages. These spaces were used to educate younger generations about history and culture. The National Education Policy 2020 in India acknowledges the educational challenges faced by tribal communities rooted in historical and geographical factors. Many, like Swayam, struggle with school-based learning due to the lack of context and relevant content. A baseline assessment highlights that the lack of contextualized, relevant learning content is a key factor in the dropout rates in northeast of India. The statistics are alarming, and there is an urgent need to intervene at the grassroots level. I began my professional journey in 2021 as a Teach for India fellow. I worked with wonderful, talented yet underserved young girls in New Delhi who made me realize the potential of an educator, the magic of transformational teaching and aspirational learning. After my fellowship concluded in 2023, along with a colleague, I introduced a democratic approach to learning in the remote Rangmai village, Bonrong Tadaisang. We want to revolutionize education by reviving the Kongshu of the Rangmai Naga tribes in India. Our mission is to equip Kongshu with relevant resources to empower tribal communities acquire 21st century life skills, envisioning a sustainable learning environment. Our Kongshu is an alternative learning space where we promote curiosity and self-directed learning. We integrate traditional knowledge and encourage our learners to take ownership of their education. Adaptability is key, whether rescheduling lessons or choosing to learn at their own pace after missing school for fieldwork during the harvest season. Our learners prioritize the content that is relevant for them. They choose what they want to learn. Swayam and others can be introduced to traffic lights in an alternative way. Perhaps a pretend play scenario with toy cars and traffic light props where we allow them to take on the role of a driver, a pedestrian. They will find purpose in learning. We have been able to pilot our project successfully. Our champions are our learners who thrive at our learning space. They feel emotionally, physically, and mentally safe with us. We honor their spirits, respect their boundaries, celebrate their mistakes, and support their journey towards an excellent education. As a young enterprise, we seek financial support for providing essential resources to the community we serve. We aim to secure $18,000 this year to support 55 learners at Kangju. Currently, our focus is on developing an innovative experiential learning curriculum that complements the Government of India mandated curriculum. The Kangju project, unique to the northeast of India, has the potential to impact 145 tribes in the region facing similar educational challenges. We hope to thrive and empower our tribes. You can scan the QR on the screen to connect with us. Thank you for your attention.
As we head to the next phase of our expedition, I am thrilled to introduce Mary Campbell, Programs Manager at Watson Institute. Mary leads base camps, which are 1 to 3 day workshops organized and hosted by fellows to help rising entrepreneurs and their communities ideate solutions, design business models, and compellingly communicate their businesses and organizations to an external audience. Stay tuned as Mary guides us through our last stop in India and sets our sights on Pakistan, where 3 base camps are ready to unfold. Mary, take us on this thrilling journey.
Good day, everyone. Today, I am excited to introduce to you a few incredible Western Union Foundation Fellows who have had some impactful base camps. Our team has been continually impressed by their unwavering dedication and unyielding grit displayed throughout the past few months. Truly, they are people driven in their pursuit of meaningful change. Not to mention, these fellows are truly a pleasure to have gotten to know on both a personal and professional level. While being a part of the Western Union Foundation Fellowship process, fellows are charged with putting their education into action by holding a venture-driven or entrepreneur development event to impact their community, called a base camp. Base camps are impact-focused workshops lasting anywhere from 1 to 3 days. Fellows meet with the team, guest speakers, and peers in their cohort to gain insights, brainstorm ideas, and problem-solve obstacles of hosting an in-person or virtual event. During their base camps, fellows take the lead, creating dynamic agendas that are both insightful and engaging. They recruit guest speakers, mentors, and professionals to host roundtable events. These workshops are brimming with activities, including pitch competitions, informational sessions, team collaboration events, and a lot more. They serve as a fellow-led intensive, taking various forms. Some of these base camps even include transformational seminars, training sessions, entrepreneur showcases, or interactive hands-on development sessions, which are really great. These base camps provide an opportunity for fellows to push their boundaries and refine their skills, gaining valuable knowledge and feedback on their ventures, while ultimately contributing to a ripple effect of impact. Once the base camp has concluded, the fellows diligently gather survey feedback from all the participants and stakeholders. These insights, they serve as valuable metrics for future planning and development of their ventures. It's a continuous cycle of growth and improvement. In the year 2023, over 2,000 individuals were impacted around the world because of fellow-led base camps. Not to mention, base camp delivery tends to be one of the most exhausting but rewarding experiences of the Western Union Foundation Fellowship, often leaving the fellow participants and our team beaming with pride at the outcomes achieved and the lives touched. You will have the privilege to hear from just a few of these amazing impact stories from Purvi, Suha, and Mohammed. These incredible fellows will be able to give you just a glimpse of the magic they created in their communities. So first up, we have a powerhouse of an individual, Purvi Tanwani. Purvi held her base camp in Kolkata, where her focus was on India's draft national policy, focusing on menstrual health and hygiene, also called MHH, which she had over 35 organizations present to give insights, share their perspective, objectives, and develop plans to move her vision for their community forward. Purvi, take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Purvi and I'm from India. I'm a co-founder and director of a youth-led and youth-run social organization, Anahat for Change Foundation. My organization works towards promoting menstrual and sexual reproductive rights of young people, girls and women in the most marginalized, remote and displaced communities of India. My base camp took place around the time when the central government of India had released a draft menstrual policy and opened the forum for discussion and collecting feedbacks from the state. Terming the issue as immense importance, the Supreme Court of India had directed the central government to implement a uniform policy on management of menstrual health and hygiene in schools of India, both government and government aided schools. While grassroots organizations across India were taking the lead by collecting feedback and collecting the voices from the grassroots, Anahat took the lead in West Bengal. We gathered around 60 people representing 35 different organizations working in the area of menstrual and sexual reproductive health rights and other intersectional aspects. These people represented UN bodies, grassroots organizations, research scholars, policy makers, and representatives from the government bodies. And we collected feedback on the draft national policy through channels like roundtable discussion, panel discussion, and structured policy feedback collection. Our future plans for the policy is to create a shared report, which is then to be submitted to the central government of India. We also want to hold the state accountable for the state policy on menstrual health and hygiene and work together with partners, CSOs, research scholars to give the subject the importance that it deserves. Thank you so much and keep supporting Anahat for Change Foundation.
Purvi, your efforts and the impact you've created through your base camp are nothing short of remarkable. Well done. The energy, the connections made, and the insights shared have set a high bar for all future gatherings. Thank you for your exceptional work and your commitment to making this event a huge success. Now, as we transition to our next segment, I have the absolute privilege of introducing someone whose passion and dedication I've had the honor of witnessing firsthand over the past few months. Suha and her team with Pink Detect have developed and facilitated a completely free medical base camp to empower and equip women with comprehensive breast health knowledge in the Agra Taj colony in Pakistan, where they were able to engage and educate and personally examine over 120 women and some children. Her vision and the ripple effects she's initiated resonate deeply. Not only that, Suha is truly just an incredible human being, and we have been so privileged to have the opportunity to work with her and her positive spirit over the past few months. Let's welcome Suha as she shares her insights and experiences, eagerly anticipating the next steps in their journey and the positive change they'll continue to bring. Suha, we are so honored to have you here.
Hi everyone, I'm Suha Lalani, the founder of Pink Detect. As a recent graduate in biomedical sciences, my passion lies in using technology to bridge health disparities. Pink Detect represents my venture into employing artificial intelligence for holistic breast health management and early cancer detection, specifically targeting women from underprivileged communities in Pakistan. Being selected to participate in the 2023 to 2024 Western Union Foundation Fellowship was a pivotal moment for us. It reinforced our commitment to inclusivity, particularly for communities that are often overlooked in healthcare and technological advancements. And when we were given with the task to conduct a base camp, we knew instantly we wanted to provide holistic breast health education to underprivileged women in Pakistan. And after extensive mentoring sessions with the Western Union Foundation Fellowship Program Base Camp team at the Watson Institute, we decided to launch a medical base camp in Agra Taj Colony, a remote community in Pakistan. Our aim was to empower 120 women with vital breast health knowledge. Our agenda was meticulously crafted to engage our participants deeply. We started with sessions to gauge their existing breast health knowledge, then smoothly transitioned to educational segments. Now, these educational segments were conducted in large breakout groups using our app prototype and digital materials for an interactive learning experience. We also offered one-on-one consultations with the on-site physicians, helping participants overcome the stigma associated with the topic. And after providing complimentary vital checks, we distributed free supplements. These not only served as an incentive, but also highlighted the practical aspect of accessible holistic healthcare. The day ended with a reflection session where participants could anonymously submit their questions for our team to review. The base camp started with some women feeling hesitant about receiving the clinical breast exam. However, with our informative approach, we successfully conveyed the importance of these health checks, leading every participant to agree and undergo an exam. Here are some key statistics illustrating our base camp success. One of the most impactful outcomes was that our clinical breast exams conducted by on-site doctors led to a crucial discovery. 4 women were diagnosed with lumps and immediately referred for mammograms. Seeing this potential life-saving impact, our partners agreed to sponsor the treatment costs for all women diagnosed at the base camp. We're proud to share that 1 woman has already undergone a biopsy and an MRI, fully sponsored by us and our partners. It goes without saying that our partners have been instrumental in this base camp, and we're eager to expand and reach to other remote communities. These partners also support our approach in integrating similar health programs and community sessions in schools and colleges. Our ultimate goal is to impact 100,000 women across Pakistan, expanding to other remote cities and eventually provinces. Our efforts have already led to a replication of our medical base camp in Machar Colony, impacting an additional 180 women and diagnosing 9 more breast lumps. We hope that these 300 women empowered will use this vital information to create positive change in their own communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Suha, for sharing your base camp success. Truly, the impact that you and your team have created and will continue to create is inspiring, leaving a lasting impression on more individuals than you can probably ever realize. Next, we have Mohammed Ikram to share about his base camp experience and impact. Mohammed is truly a wonderful fellow, always full of gratitude and warmth in every conversation. Mohammed's base camp focus was on nurturing leaders for community development in Pakistan. While his event was one of the first he had ever planned, developed, and executed on his own, he would say, and I would say, it proved to be a great success. We are so thankful you are here with us. Take it away, Mohammed.
Hello, my name is Mohammad Ikram, and I am a current Western Union Foundation Fellow from Pakistan. My work is to educate girls free of caste in tribal area, Pakistan, Balochistan. You may notice there are no pictures of girls in my presentation. This is for their safety. Our base camp was held for 2 days on November 2023 in Gulistan Community Hall, Balochistan, Pashin. The aim of the base camp was to build up leadership capacity of local leaders, especially for the social activists, students, and teachers of Pashin. This base camp was supported by the Western Union Foundation Fellow, powered by the Watson Institute. We had 60 total participants, 80% of which were young students and teachers. Professor Shehzada Pashin College, a writer on social challenges for the youth, was guest speaker and connected deeply with the young audience, other social activists of the community, and I, as a Western Union Foundation Fellow, spoke regarding self-knowing and management of feedback. Understanding oneself is key to leadership and help the community communicate their personal story to an external audience, especially to those who may not understand or agree with girls' education. This base camp was the first ever in the history of Pashin that social change makers, students, and teachers had gathered and were moving together towards self-knowing and collaborating to rebuild the community. A winning moment of the base camp was when the guest speaker and advocate for the girls' education said to the participant that in his whole life he had never been to any event like this where he found all the diamonds. The participants, the diamonds in my community, we refer to those who are precious as diamonds. These students and teachers were from different tribes, but all gathered for the same aim, to uplift the community. Social activists, students, and teachers requested that I arrange such base camp in future. As a result, in April 2024, such event will be held. We want base camps to grow in Pashim Balochistan. We know there are unique challenges and lack of opportunities here. Young people are not encouraged to share their views and express their opinions. We are trying to give opportunities to the youth, especially young girls who have not experienced events like this. This may be the first event that empowered the girl in the community, but it is not the last. As our community expands, my vision is to expand the safety and equal opportunities for girls in Pashim. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohammed, and thank you, Mary, for guiding us through the base camp journey. Before we embark on our next set of pitches, I am delighted to introduce Ariana Agabar, our Senior Director of Development. Ariana leads our global development function, weaving the threads of relationships, fundraising, and project management into a tapestry of impact. Her role extends from crafting compelling grant proposals to fostering funder communication and managing fundraising-related projects. So let's turn our attention to Ariana as she takes the helm, expressing our heartfelt gratitude to the Western Union Foundation for their unwavering support. Ariana, the stage is yours, and we eagerly wait the introduction to our keynote speaker.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ariana Agabar, and I'm the Senior Director of Development here at Watson Institute. Thank you for taking time out of your day and choosing to spend it with our team and the 2023 to 2024 Western Union Foundation Fellows, who are celebrating the culmination of their fellowship experience with today's event, the Summit. As you've learned, the Western Union Foundation Fellows are individuals who are either refugees, forcibly displaced, or otherwise marginalized individuals themselves, or they are leaders who are working to support these populations directly through the ventures that they lead in their communities. For refugees and migrants, we know that economic mobility is rife with challenges. These challenges can include everything from restrictions to formal employment, to a lack of access to education and training, difficulties integrating into one's new community, and so on and so forth. However, we know that the opportunity to work and earn a living is one of the greatest ways an individual can rebuild one's life with dignity and purpose. For these reasons, we believe that entrepreneurship plays a critical role in addressing the global refugee crisis, which is why it is such a privilege to continue our partnership with the Western Union Foundation as they embark on the first year of their Prosperity Beyond Borders initiative. This initiative's goal is to drive $500 million in aggregate wage gains for high potential individuals who currently lack access to economic mobility. We are so grateful to partner with Western Union Foundation and Western Union on this endeavor. To all of our partners at the company and foundation, thank you. Thank you not only for generously sponsoring this year's Western Union Foundation Fellowship, but thank you for volunteering your time and talents to put the wind in the sails of this year's fellows and all of the individuals that they support through their ventures. It's an honor to do this work alongside each of you. Most importantly, though, congratulations to this year's cohort of Western Union Foundation Fellows. Our team and our partners at the Foundation are incredibly proud of all that you have achieved thus far and all the good work we know you will continue to lead forward. We can't wait to cheer you on from the sidelines. And now, without further ado, I'm honored to welcome Lauren Bell, the Executive Director of the Western Union Foundation, to give this year's keynote speech. Welcome, Lauren.
I'm Lauren Bell, the Executive Director of the Western Union Foundation. It has been a privilege getting to know many of you over the past couple of months and learning about the critical challenges you are all addressing. Your brave and impactful work is truly humbling and inspiring. Having witnessed this program over the past few years, I've seen the incredible talent and drive that each of you Watson Fellows possess. I've seen ventures flourish, and I've seen leaders hone in their skills. More importantly, I've seen the positive impact you're making in marginalized communities worldwide, especially for those facing displacement. The Western Union Foundation is proud to fuel your pursuits through the Western Union Foundation Fellowship Program. Our mission, like many of yours, is to be a catalyst for economic opportunity for people who migrate in pursuit of a more prosperous future. We've observed how community-focused and community-grounded ventures can transform the lives of people, particularly those who cross borders in pursuit of more in life by fostering economic development. With your ventures, you are addressing specific community needs and doing so with a wealth of local insight, leading to opportunities for people to achieve financial stability and economic mobility and the chance to build a more prosperous future. The Western Union Foundation Fellowship Program is one of our signature programs that are anchoring our current social impact commitment called Prosperity Beyond Borders. It's one that we've been committed to year over year because of Watson's award-winning curriculum, and beyond that, its emphasis on building communities and understanding the power of collaboration. But equally so because of the collective talent that all of you possess as changemakers. You are changing lives for the better by identifying the critical challenges displaced and marginalized communities are facing and finding solutions to those challenges. You are transforming communities by advocating for the needs of others and implementing creative solutions. And by sharing your learnings and teaching others how to be a catalyst for good, you're creating a ripple effect that has the power to change the world. As you complete your fellowship and enter this next phase of your journey, know that the Western Union Foundation is proud to be a small part of your remarkable impact. We eagerly anticipate the continued positive change you'll bring in the world. Thank you for the tremendous good you are doing globally, and congratulations on this significant achievement.
Thank you, Lauren, and thank you again to the Western Union Foundation for making this impact possible. Our next stop is nearly 7,000 miles from the Western Union Foundation headquarters nestled in the scenic landscapes of Colorado. Welcome to Nigeria. Our first stop in Nigeria brings us to Tidelope Adedokun, the visionary behind Sisterly HQ. Tidelope provides Nigerian women with a powerful platform to authentically share their narratives. Since 2021, they've showcased 35 stories, amassing over 27,000 views. Their website draws 1,300 unique monthly visitors, fostering a community of 3,600 plus women motively impacted by their work. Tidelope, the stage is yours, and we eagerly await the transformation your platform brings to Nigerian women and the world.
Doors closed. This is what it means to be a woman in Nigeria. My name is Tidelope, and I'll be sharing Sisterly HQ with you. Gender inequality is systemic in Nigeria, and so growing up, I didn't see people who look like me in positions of power. However, as I grew older, I soon discovered the opportunity gap. This means that many Nigerian women have no agency and control over their own lives. In fact, 76% of Nigerian women do not make decisions in their home, including on their health care. This led me to start Sisterly HQ. Through digital technology, we're building a safe community for Nigerian women where we're redistributing social economic opportunities like jobs and scholarships and sharing inspiring stories of people who look like us. And so Bola, a Nigerian woman, may come across our post on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or through our newsletter on Substack. This will lead her to our website where she'll find stories of women that will inspire her and make her feel seen. She would also come across our free opportunities page with hundreds of jobs, scholarships, and many more opportunities. But that's not all. We're also going to be equipping her with workshops and training sessions to ensure that she excels through the opportunity pipeline. We primarily serve Nigerian women aged 18 to 35 years old, tapping into Nigeria's over 122 million internet users. In our research, we found that 99% of Nigerian women will apply for an opportunity, and so our X factor is bringing these opportunities closer to them. We're currently leveraging partnerships and sponsorships with organizations that have shared values, and soon we'll be offering specialized services in talent management as well as advertising. Amidst our competitors, Sisterly HU stands out because of our sole focus on Nigerian women and, of course, our sisterhood. And so this ensures that Nigerian women see themselves in every story and every opportunity shared. Currently, we serve a growing community of over 40,000 Nigerian women across our social platforms. And in 2023 alone, our website has received over 60,000 visitors and we've hit over 1 million views on social media. We've also entered into partnerships with renowned organizations, including the CAP Film and Television Academy, through which we're able to offer scholarships to Nigerian women to take a course in filmmaking for free. Sisterly HU has been recognized by organizations including LinkedIn News Africa, Vital Voices Global Partnership, as well as Common Purpose. I, Titi Lokwe, am the founder of Sisterly HQ, and I have 4 years of experience in social impact with a background in law. And in the last 6 months, I have led over 1,000% growth at Sisterly HQ as a solo entrepreneur. The future of Sisterly HQ is very bright, and this year we intend to incorporate Sisterly HQ, build a dedicated community hub, and of course, leverage more partnerships. In the coming years, we'll invest internally and externally to ensure that we're able to reach our goal of positively impacting 20% of Nigerian women on the internet by 2030. This is our ask. We're seeking funding to elevate our impact and our reach. We're also seeking financial and legal support to incorporate both in Nigeria and in the US. We're seeking volunteers as well as advisors with fundraising, business, and compliance expertise. And of course, we're always open to introductions. Now, recently, we've been able to help Muna win 30,000 Naira from a contest found on Sisterly HU's website and help Danny become a Texas, also from an opportunity found on Sisterly HU's website. We shared Zainab's story as an intern at the United Nations and have conducted 12 virtual programs impacting hundreds of Nigerian women. We believe that when Nigerian women have equal access to opportunities, representation, and resources, those closed doors open. And we hope that you will join us as we continue to do this work. Thank you.
Thank you, Titi Lope, for sharing your wonderful, authentic platform. Our journey through Nigeria continues as we meet Hamid Alabi, the driving force behind Coyote Alabi Leadership and Career Initiative. KCLI empowers young Nigerians aged 9 to 18 from underserved communities. Through a unique model of sponsorship, middle-class professionals contribute $10 per student, enabling KLCI to raise over $25,000. With 100 plus volunteers, they've reached more than 6,500 young people across Nigeria, including those from internally displaced camps. Hamid, the spotlight is on you.
I was born and raised in the largest floating slum in Africa, Makoko, Nigeria. I lost my mom when I was 7, and my dad became unemployed at the same time. I stayed out of school for academic term, and these were my circumstances growing up in the slum, until I attended a program for vulnerable children when I was 14. This program introduced me to self-esteem and leadership, and I noticed that my problem was not only unique to me, but other young people in my community. I was so inspired that I decided to engage young people in my community, and from engaging over 3,000 young people, I noticed only 1 in 10 young people would have access to the 21st century skills needed to change their circumstances, integrate into the workforce, and prepare for the future of work. And this is why I started Skills Bootcamp, a skills incubator, career pathway, and marketplace that prepare young people in underserved communities such as slum, rural communities, internally displaced person camps for the workforce and the future of work. Skills Bootcamp uses the train-the-trainer approach, embedded learning curriculum, and mentorship. First, it uses the train-the-trainer approach where volunteers are trained to run a 2-day bootcamp where young people identify social issues such as poverty in their community and co-create solutions to them using design thinking. As they co-create, they develop 21st century skills along the line, such as critical thinking, creativity. They also have access to mentors who help them through the design process and become important role models in their lives. They are also taken through topics such as servant leadership, money management, and storytelling through our digital pre-recorded courseware. They are also connected to opportunities to pitch their ideas for further funding and further personal and professional development. One of our success stories is that of three young people, Esther, Balikis, and Isaac, who grew up in a riverine area. They came up with a community tech lab to equip young people in their communities with digital skills. Esther, one of the young people, was the only Nigerian to join the Teach for All Student Advisory Council and also recently spoke at the Teach for All conference in Kenya. This is Community Tech Lab in action, and this is what impact and change means to us. In the last 6 years, we've been able to raise $25,000 to support 7,550 young people in Nigeria and Africa. 50 schools have been supported, 3 internal displaced person camps have been reached with the support of over 100 volunteers. In the course of running our bootcamp, we noticed that 16 hours today's bootcamp isn't enough. This is why we are converting abandoned buildings into refurbished innovation center, and our young people can enjoy 12-week course-based model and 96 hours of learning. Actually, existing research shows that this model can reduce greenhouse emission by 70%. Our model is unique. High net worth individual passionate about education pay at least $10 to sponsor a young person to attend our bootcamp, or have the option of purchasing a career wisdom book. And as they purchase a career wisdom book, one copy actually goes to a young person in the South communities for free, and we can use that to run the administrative aspects of our program. We hope to serve over 300,000 low-income schools and internally displaced person camps in Nigeria. While our competitors, such as Tear for Greatness, do the same thing that we do, they tend to focus on young people in urban communities or run their bootcamp in urban communities and tend to attract people who can pay for their bootcamp. Our bootcamp actually run in rural communities, which means our young people can attend our bootcamp without charges. We have a team with a combined 5 years of experience in education and development issues, and they've also gotten lived experiences. For example, Omolola Lipede, who is our chief program officer, could not even pay for her high school exam fees, and now has become a beacon of hope for education. Our ask: we currently need an initial investment of $10,000 to build a new line of products, which is a self-awareness card game, and also to convert one abandoned building into innovation center, and also be introduced to investors and influence philanthropists. My name is Ahmed Kayode Alabi, and I believe that life starting point is a lottery, but the future of children like me shouldn't be left to chance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hamid, for leading the way toward a brighter future. Our final stop in Nigeria brings us to Ruby Ross Maribel and CHC Agritech Africa. CHC Agritech Africa is on a mission to train smallholder farmers, predominantly women and youth, in microbiome technology. With an eco-friendly, cost-effective, and user-friendly solution, they've reached 10,000 farmers, cultivating high-quality, exportable crops. With a team of 12 individuals and $100,000 raised, Ruby Ross, the floor is yours, inspiring us with the sustainable agriculture revolution in rural Africa.
Ever wondered who drives Nigeria's food production? Surprisingly, it's the women farmers cultivating 2/3 of the nation's food. Imagine if we could empower them with adequate training and technology. My name is Ruby Ross, founder of CHC Agritech Africa, a profit venture in Nigeria that values empowerment, innovation, and sustainability, aiming to uplift farmers, especially women, through innovative and sustainable agricultural solutions. Meet Erisa and Egona, representing the difficulties Nigerian women farmers face. They make up most of the workforce but don't have enough access to important training and technology. According to the numbers, only one agricultural expert serves every 10,000 farmers in Nigeria. Erisa deals with soil problems, while Egona fights pests on her cassava farm. Their stories show how women farmers struggle to get proper training and solutions for sustainable farming. Being the oldest of three girls, witnessing our mother engage in subsistence farming to make ends meet inspired me to empower women in agriculture. So I thought, what if we could solve this problem and improve women's productivity through training on microbiome technology? Yes, at CHC Agritech Africa, we're transforming the narrative for farmers like Erisa and Egona. Our biofertilizers and probiotics are reshaping sustainable farming, enhancing soil fertility, increasing yields, and minimizing chemical reliance. The Cultivating Harvest Continuously initiative introduces 5 meticulously crafted products with 21 potent microbes and enzymes that combat soil damage and naturally controls pests and diseases. It's easy to use. Just mix with water and activate these helpful tiny soldiers, and they're ready to work their magic. We generate our revenue mainly through sachet product sales bundled with training or repeat orders from retailers. Our partnerships start with tailored training packages priced between $6 and $30 for farm groups, either on farm or hub based training, offering continuous support and gathering feedback, leading to more orders. Our profit margin stands at 50% for both for the products and the services we render. And so, with more than 40 million Nigerian population farmers, 28 million of whom are women, we aim to serve 4% or about 1 million of them through collaborations with private, government, and NGOs combined with increased visibility at agri-events, expos, and base camps. We strive for broader acceptance and product enhancement. THC Agritech has also made strides distributing 12,000 units among to more than 5,000 farmers already, generating over $40,000 in revenue from products alone, and now we're expanding into northern Nigeria, a crucial farming region. We've increased our retailers from 1 to 12 and forged new partnerships. We aspire to expand, showcasing so many wonderful stories of empowered women, like Egona and Erisa, inspiring others through eco-friendly, sustainable solutions. And this is possible with a dedicated team of 12, led by myself as the founder. Our co-founder, Martin, field agronomist Amaka, brings over 20 years of combined experience in agroecology, training, and development. So I urge you, come and join me. Let's transform lives together. Your $6 sponsorship or contribution for a microbiome sachet for one farmer makes a difference in their lives. You may empower 10 of them, 100, or 1,000 more women towards our goal of reaching 100,000 farmers in 2024. Every bit counts. So let's stand together in supporting the unsung heroes of Nigeria through CHC Agritech Africa. Your contribution, big or small, means a lot to them. Thank you, Watson Institute and the Western Union Foundation, for uplifting these amazing women.
Thank you, Ruby Ross. Let's continue our virtual journey across the Atlantic Ocean, flying thousands of miles to the beating heart of South America, Brazil. Our first stop in Brazil brings us to Bianca Bier, the force behind Tocando em Frente, a nonprofit determined to combat the lack of inspiration in impoverished communities. Tocando em Frente offers an innovative educational journey tailored to each locality. Bianca has impacted 7,600 students through gamified classes in English, scientific research, and the arts. Her work extends beyond classrooms, empowering 90 volunteers with skill development and socio-emotional support and training 40 young leaders as changemakers. To date, Tocando em Frente has raised over $6,000 to support its inspiring efforts. Please welcome Bianca.
Hello, my name is Bianca Gagliardoni. I am Brazilian, I am 18 years old, and today I'm going to talk about the educational NGO Tocando em Frente. In Tocando, we are the bridge where the talents of young Brazilians find opportunities. And Tocando directly relates with my personal story. I was raised in Birigui, in the countryside of São Paulo, Brazil, by my mom and grandma, who never accessed college. My academic journey started inside a public school, where I used to see many social problems surrounding me. Friends facing poverty, hunger, lack of materials to study, lack of teachers, and I didn't know what was extracurricular or opportunities to explore my talents. However, when I was 12 years old, I got 100% scholarship to one of the best schools in my city, and at 14, I was World Robotics Champion. For me, my story is a clear example where talent meets opportunity and turns into transformation. I started to think about almost 44 million young Brazilians who are inside public schools and don't have opportunities to explore their talents. I discovered there is a name for this problem: inspirational vacuum. Inspirational vacuum is the lack of future perspective that limits the academic performance of young people, and is caused by two reasons: the lack of extracurricular opportunities that prevents them from discovering and exploring their talents, combined with the lack of inspirational stories that prevents them from imagining themselves occupying different spaces, as they came from vulnerable realities. Moreover, according to UNICEF survey, 2 million children and adolescents are not attending school in Brazil, and the two main reasons from dropping out of school is the need to work and no interest in study. This data shows that the students and their families don't see school as a space for social transformation. Thinking about that, in 2021, I co-founded Tocando em Frente with more than 90 volunteers from all regions of Brazil. We want to make the school more attractive, so we create a pedagogical journey based on the union of Brazilian national curriculum and social-emotional skills, focusing on playing and celebrating diverse talents. So we offer for public schools a complete 6-month journey with activities adapted for each class, 6th to 9th grade. And each month we show different areas and opportunities within it. We start with English and exchange, then arts and journalism, UN debate and simulation, programming and robotics, Olympics and research, and we finish with volunteering. And we put the change makers of their communities in contact with the kids, because we want to bring inspirational stories through this reference. And all the activities and handouts are produced by our team. We arrive into public schools through the regional directors. We are young leaders that subscribe through our social media and pass through a 3-month training where they receive support in the process of closing partnership with public schools, preparatory classes for each area of Tocando, preparatory classes to deal with different situations and realities within schools, such as bullying and racism, and how to apply our impact survey. And then they start their impact journeys. And since August 2021, we impacted more than 7,600 young people in 5 regions of Brazil, and we have inspirational stories, such as in Birigui, where 8th grade students created a club to help other children become literate. In Mirangaba, Bahia, a student got her dream place at the Federal Institute after support from Tocando's volunteers. And we have international recognition. We participated in the Global Forum from Children Now organized by UNICEF. We received a sustainability certification and international recognition with a grant of $75,000 from Change for Humanity. Come to Tocando em Frente and help us to transform Brazilian public education.
Thank you, Bianca, for your work inspiring the next generation to find their passion. Up next, I am pleased to introduce Gabriela Safe, a trailblazer in providing media services with a mission. Her venture, Afroricas, provides media services to companies and reinvests its profits to offer free online training in finances, career development, and leadership for young Brazilian Black women in urban areas. To date, they've raised $40,000 in capital to continue shaping the future. Gabriela, the spotlight is on you.
Welcome everyone! I am Gabriela Safi from Brazil, and I am the co-founder of Afroricas. When I started university, I felt lonely. I was mentored by male and white figures of power who were unaware of my needs as an Afro-Brazilian woman. And the professional role models did not look like me, so I lacked inspiration, guidance, and most important, visibility. As a social scientist, I could understand this reality as the aftermath of slavery. Yet, I firmly believe that Afro-Brazilian women shouldn't be confined to only marginalized and subservient roles in society. In Brazil, the unemployment rate for Black women is double that of white men. And more than 40% of Black women who do have a job work informally without any security, like in positions as waiters. And even for those who do get a job, they still earn half the wage of white men with the same education level. In such an unequal society, race and gender do determine opportunities. And honestly, we cannot change who we are. But we can definitely build a support system that recognizes the worth of our journey. And I know what social marginalization looks like, and I also know how many opportunities are out there. I created AfroRicas to connect these both realities. AfroRicas is a platform to enhance the social mobility of Brazilian Black women. We offer customized training to our community, and our ultimate mission is to upskill and connect Black women to prosperity, well-being, and human rights. We do this by connecting organizations to our community. So AfroRicas facilitates the social impact and reputation of organizations by co-delivering socioeconomic development programs with a racial and gender focus. And this right here is an example of our work in collaboration with Coca-Cola Institute. So I guess most of you doesn't speak Portuguese, but here we have a testimony of a young lady who said that it was extremely important for her to see people of color, especially a woman of color like me, being the face and the reference of a successful professional. We have our most recent collaboration with Alumina, and with these two programs, we have supported 100,000 young professionals from all over Brazil. And our impact goes beyond our members and graduates. Through our social media channels, we connect more than 20,000 followers to our content. And these people are from 5 different regions in Brazil and represent 3 different generations. We have already worked with corporate clients from the energy, tech, social impact, and financial industries. Brazilian, US, and UK-based institutions have already supported AfroRicas with entrepreneurial education and funding. And our team is myself, my co-founder Georgia, and our project manager Yasmin. We've been awarded some of the most competitive scholarships from the US and the UK government. And by 2030, our ambition is to connect 500,000 community members to income-generating opportunities, improving their economic status. Are you excited about our mission? For this to be possible, we are looking for $25,000 to develop our new program for entrepreneurs and technologies to escalate and measure our social impact. I believe that Afro-Brazilian girls should feel empowered to follow their dreams and become anything they want. And if you believe in the same thing and want to collaborate as a mentor, an investor, or a corporate sponsor, please reach out to us. Thank you very much.
Gabriella, thank you for your impactful work. Before you dive into the next segment, I invite you to get up, stretch your legs, refresh your beverage, and regroup. In the meantime, enjoy this short clip highlighting the 45 incredible Western Union Foundation Fellows. See you in a bit. I hope you enjoyed that quick break and seeing the faces of this incredible cohort. Now, come with me. Let's travel to the United States. Meet Israel Concha, the driving force behind New Comienzos, a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting binational individuals. New Comienzos offers vital services including emergency shelter, legal aid, psychological assistance, language classes, and mentorship programs. New Comienzos has assisted over 100,000 individuals, providing them with employment opportunities, legal assistance, mental health support, and English language skills. With a dedicated team of 10 full-time employees and a network of 100 volunteers, they've raised $1,000 in capital to date. Israel, the spotlight is on you.
Hi everyone, my name is Israel Concha and I'm the founder and executive director of New Comienzos NGO. We are a nonprofit fully established in Mexico and in the US, committed to helping dreamers, deportees, migrants, and binational families in Mexico through various free services such as emotional support, food vouchers, and shelter aid, but especially job referral and training by giving people the opportunity to find a well-paid bilingual job. Give someone a fish and you will feed them for a day. Teach them how to fish and you will feed them for the rest of their lives. This philosophy aligns with the values of our organization in fostering long-term positive change within our community. And it all began with my journey. Living undocumented for 3 decades was marked by challenges and sacrifices. Against the odds, I established a transportation business providing jobs to over 20 US citizens. Yet, my American dream took an unexpected turn during a routine traffic stop, transforming from a speeding ticket into a complex immigration ordeal due to my not legal status. Faced with deportation, I fought to the end, enduring 2 years in immigration detention. Despite losing the case and being deported to Mexico, more adversity followed, including a kidnapping at the border just hours later. Just imagine from being a successful business person to a traffic ticket, arrest, immigration detention, deportation, losing my business, my home, but especially my family. Yet standing here today, I share a story of triumph over adversity, a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Our story begins with a challenge many US companies face: the struggle to find skilled, fully bilingual, and bicultural professionals. This not only limits their growth, but also restrains opportunities for individuals in Mexico. The solution? Enter Workforce MX. It's more than just a service, it's a connection. We transform by linking US businesses with virtual bilingual agents in Mexico. Benefits include access to top-tier professionals, fostering growth for your business, and a life-changing impact on our community. We take care of all the legal matters, recruitment, selection, and training, so you can focus on what matters most, expanding your business. How does this magic happen? Our platforms and SOPs leverage cutting-edge technology and human capital to seamlessly match businesses with the right talent. It's about more than just communication. It's about cultural understanding and unmatched dedication that sets us apart. Unlike traditional staffing agencies, we're committed to creating mutual benefits. Our model ensures fair wages for professionals and a reliable talent pool for businesses. Importantly, we empower individuals in Mexico to find the American dream in their home country, eliminating the need for risky journeys. Our financial sustainability is straightforward. We earn through service fees while ensuring competitive compensation for our workforce, creating a win-win scenario. Our approach includes targeted marketing, partnerships, collaborations, and word-of-mouth referrals. While others focus solely on profit, we prioritize the well-being of our community and foster long-term partnerships. This isn't just a pitch. It's a story of resilience, second chances, and the profound impact of helping others. Through our NGO, we've assisted thousands, emphasizing the power of compassion and community in adversity. Now we need your help. We're seeking support to expand our reach, connect with more businesses, and empower even more lives. Whether it's funding, partnerships, or valuable connections, your support will propel us forward. With your help, we can assist others in achieving the American dream in their home country. Thank you.
Thank you for your unwavering commitment. Our journey through the United States continues with Katie Naginski. The International Women's Resource Center, or IWRC, is a community-driven space where refugee and immigrant women find empowerment and support. With a mission to enhance the lives of women, their families, and communities, IWRC promotes social justice and equity. To date, the nonprofit venture has raised over $120,000 and served 261 participants, with 96% being women and 32% being from Ukraine, constituting their highest geographic population. Katie, your dedication shines through, and we are honored to hear your impactful story. The floor is yours.
Join me in the International Women's Resource Center in empowering refugee women in order to build joy and momentum for our communities. IWRC is a community of learning, support, and resources for refugee women and their families. Over 80% of refugee women in the U.S. lack access to basic education and struggle with integrating into the workforce due to cultural and linguistic barriers. This not only affects their livelihoods, but it impacts the well-being and stability of their families and communities in several ways. The American Immigration Council highlights that approximately 70% of refugee women, once employed, find themselves disproportionately working in low-wage occupations compared with their U.S.-born counterparts. Research published in the Journal of Immigrant and Minority Health reveals that over 50% of refugee women encounter challenges in accessing adequate health care. This stark statistic underscores the need for targeted interventions to address barriers such as limited English proficiency and cultural differences affecting healthcare utilization. Beyond the individual, the educational challenges faced by refugee women have a profound impact on family literacy rates. Limited access to education hinders their ability to support their children's learning, creating a cycle of educational disadvantage within refugee families and communities. The difficulties enrolling in educational programs impact the stability of communities at large. A lack of education among refugee women can lead to social disparities, affecting community cohesion and resilience as a whole. At the IWRC, our mission is to empower and support refugee and immigrant women by providing a safe and community-driven space that focuses on adult education, health literacy, workforce preparation, family literacy, and community building. Our unique strength lies in our comprehensive approach. IWRC was designed to complement and work with other service providers. Our programming is unique in a few key ways. First, programming is virtual. This relieves logistical barriers to attendance like childcare, work schedules, health issues, cultural concerns, and transportation, to name a few. Secondly, participants can begin before arriving in the United States, and they can remain with the program as long as they would like. Additionally, we serve all immigrants, regardless of status. Again, our 5 spheres of focus create a holistic and integrated approach for our participants. And lastly, we tailor our services to each participant, recognizing the unique experiences and needs of every immigrant. Our underlying magic really stems from this personalized approach. In the first year of operation, IWRC served 496 participants from 42 countries. The IWRC team, volunteers, and participants shared laughter, joy, and tears as we learned about each other's lives and struggles. Picture Anastasia, a Ukrainian woman who connected with IWRC while living in Romania. She was awaiting her paperwork processing, and with our support, she practiced English, had her transcripts evaluated, and practiced interviewing. She also participated in a support group. By the time she arrived in the US, Anastasia not only had the necessary qualifications, but also the confidence to pursue her passion. Within a short time, she secured a job in early childhood education, supporting her family and uplifting her community, illustrating the power of preparation and support in enabling swift integration and success. I'm the founder of IWRC. I've worked in adult education and refugee resettlement for the past 15 years. I'm from a small area in rural Appalachia. It's not a diverse area, so I always knew growing up that I wanted to work with international populations. My husband actually came to the United States as a refugee, and after meeting him by chance while traveling in Budapest, my focus really moved towards refugee protection. And the IWRC team is composed of women from around the world, educators and counselors with diverse cultural backgrounds and expertise in education, community development, and social work. In addition to our board of directors and staff, we were honored to have the help of 265 volunteers in 2023. Their collective experience and unwavering dedication make us uniquely suited to tackle these challenges. We hope you will join us in our mission to empower women globally, bridge gaps, and create lasting change. Your support will catalyze the transformation of lives, families, and communities. Our funding has a clear and direct impact on our participants' lives. This non-traditional educational model has very low overhead, but creates a huge impact. The potential market for our services is vast and largely underserved. We are seeking funding to scale our programs and extend our reach to more women. At the IWRC, we believe in the untapped potential of these remarkable women. Your support will directly impact the lives of numerous women, creating ripples of positive change in their families and our communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie, for providing refugee and immigrant women impactful support. As our journey continues through the diverse landscapes of the Americas, we arrive in Argentina, a land of passion, culture, and a commitment to human rights. Our next speaker is Mariano Ruiz, who established the nation's first LGBTQ+ service center. Derechos Humanos y Diversidad is an NGO dedicated to aiding LGBTQ+ asylum seekers and refugees. His venture has provided free resettlement services to over 300 individuals from 7 nationalities, overcoming language barriers with services in Spanish, English, and Russian. Currently involved in a consultancy with the International Migration Organization, they've raised $124,000 to date to further their vital mission. Mariano, the stage is yours, and we are honored to hear about the incredible strides you are making in Argentina.
Hi everyone, my name is Mariano Ruiz and I'm president and founder of Derechos Humanos y Diversidad, a beacon of hope for LGBTIQ+ displaced individuals in Argentina. As we stand at the forefront of migration and integration services, we invite you to partner with us in making a tangible impact on the lives of those seeking refuge and a new beginning. Did you know that in Argentina, despite 250% internal inflation and economic instability, we received 2,459 asylum seekers in the last 24 months, according to the National Commission for Refugees. At least 500 of those identify as LGBTIQ and arrived to our country escaping persecution because of their sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression. 39% are trans or non-binary, and 90% don't speak any Spanish. Even though Argentina has experienced receiving migrants since its independence, it lacks specific integration services dedicated to LGBTIQ+ asylum seekers. According to the UNHCR, the integration of refugees is a dynamic and multi-phase two-way process that requires efforts by all parties concerned. I know about this process firsthand because my husband arrived in Argentina from a country where his human rights for being LGBTIQ were not respected, and here he found home. Derechos Humanos y Diversidad supports this process by providing tailored integration services to the LGBTIQ+ asylum seeker and refugee community in Argentina. All our services are free, led by professionals who are sensitive and trained in gender and diversity, and delivered in safe spaces for the LGBTIQ+ community. Rustam fled from Russia, escaping state-sponsored persecution and a conservative Muslim family that condemned him for being gay. Upon his arrival, through our services, he received general settlement orientation and migration legal support to start his asylum claim, advice on how to access the healthcare system, psychological support in Russian language, and he is currently enrolled in our Spanish courses. He also attended his first Pride, as you can see in the picture. Understanding the intersectionalities of displaced individuals is critical to understanding their needs and reach successful integration. At Derechos Humanos y Diversidad, we take pride in being an LGBTIQ-led organization with a distinct edge. 50% of our staff members have first-hand experience with forced migration. This unique blend of expertise and empathy position us as trailblazers in providing specialized services for the LGBTIQ community. The voice of refugees drives our action plan, and this characteristic enhances our focus and helps us understand the intersectionalities in the population we serve. We sustain our operations through grants and donations from individuals who understand that refugees contribute to our country's development. Since we started services last February, we have served over 400 LGBTIQ displaced individuals from 10 different countries. 70% of them are Russians. Our go-to-market strategy is responsive, and we are looking to turn it into a proactive model in the next couple of months. We will do this by opening a drop-in service center where people will feel at home away from home. Have you ever imagined changing the life of an individual for them to be able to be their authentic selves and feel safe away from hate and discrimination? We want to reach a more significant number of beneficiaries who need us to improve their well-being and integration and create a drop-in service center. By supporting us, you contribute to a cause and invest in transformative change. Together, we can empower LGBTIQ displaced individuals, offering them the tools and support they need to rebuild their lives with dignity and resilience. Let's partner for change. We invite you to join us in our mission to create a more inclusive and supportive environment for LGBTIQ displaced individuals in Argentina. Together, we can make a lasting impact and build a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, irrespective of their migration journey. I want to finish remembering a powerful quote from the American anthropologist Margaret Mead, who stated, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has." Thank you.
Mariano, thank you for your dedication to fostering inclusivity and human rights. Our final stop in today's impact journey across the globe is over 6,000 miles from Argentina. Welcome to Ghana. Join me in welcoming our final presenter, Gloria Nikwe, the driving force behind Comeso. Comeso is a social impact venture that revolutionizes access to healthcare. Comeso provides individuals with a secure and accessible platform for medical payment transactions at pharmacies, ensuring access to essential healthcare services. To date, the venture has supported 250 individuals, testing the usage of their platform in real-life scenarios. Gloria, I pass it off to you, and we look forward to hearing about the transformative journey of Comeso.
Hello, my name is Gloria Nikwe. I am the CEO and co-founder of Glory Healthcare. We empower health access because of 3 critical reasons: family, money, and death. I was just a 3-year-old when my family moved from Ghana to Germany, leaving our relatives behind. Unfortunately, my beloved auntie fell seriously ill, and my mother had to send her money to secure her health. Regrettably, the money that we sent couldn't be spent on its actual purpose, and my auntie passed away. Our mission is to prevent the annual loss of 8 million lives due to insufficient access to healthcare, reported by the WHO in 2023. Lack of financial support is leading cause of death, and we aim to address this gap. because existing remittance solutions lack purpose-driven transfer for healthcare, and major payment providers do not facilitate between health facilities and the diaspora. Despite 6% of our entrance markets, Ghana GDP depends on abroad. We bridge this gap, offering transparency and trust within our platform for helpers, health institutions, and local consumers following the SDG goal, good health and well-being. Within our platform, healthcare payments can be sent instantly. Users can visit our e-commerce platform, select a health voucher, create a beneficiary account, send health credit directly to the recipient's mobile number, and the health voucher can be redeemed at any healthcare facility within our platform with a maximum transaction fee of 4.5%. Consider the global total remittance of 800 billion euro, with the African diaspora alone sending 50 billion euros last year. Healthcare belongs to the top 3 reasons for sending money, with the Ghanaian diaspora alone sending 4.17 billion euro last year. We need an ecosystem connecting local consumers, healthcare facilities, and the diaspora. With our go-to-market strategy, we are targeting the first generation 30,000 Ghanaians between 26 and 65. We plan to scale through secured partnership, expanding into underbanked countries, focusing on emerging markets. With 15 years in digitizing business processes, our team, consisting of Vela, Timor, and Synod, is looking for a team member with minimum of 3 years work experience in a leading position German fintech company. Currently, we are raising 2 million in pre-seed funding for expansion in Ghana, including a 12 to 18-month validation phase. In total, we have supported about 350 people with critical access to healthcare with Comezo, and the beta launch is prepared for January 2024. Did you know that Comezo means commitment to a medical solution? Family, money, and death. Sending money to your loved ones can be very critical and prevent death, like I experienced with my auntie. Healthcare needs covered with ease, and we want you to focus on what really matters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gloria, for your commitment to enhancing healthcare access. As we wrap up our global adventure, I would like to reflect on the incredible journey that we've shared today. We've traveled across 18 pitches based in 8 countries, 4 continents, and are united by Western Union Foundation's powerful mission: empowering highly marginalized, refugee, and forcibly displaced communities around the globe. We are connected across all corners of the globe, and I now would like to introduce a visionary leader who has played a pivotal role in shaping the success of the 2023-2024 Western Union Foundation Fellowship, to bring our audience together as we wrap up today. As the Associate VP of Programs, Dwayne Griffith leads the program implementation team with a commitment to the highest level of programmatic quality and impact. Dwayne's journey is not just one of leadership. He is also a Watson Institute alum himself. Let's welcome Dwayne to the stage, a testament to the transformative power of education, mentorship, and a shared commitment to making a positive difference in the world. Dwayne, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Evie, for the floor. Hello, summit attendees. As Evie mentioned, I am Dwayne Griffith, the Associate VP of Programs here at Watson Institute, and an alum here at Watson Institute as well. Thank you all for coming today. As we conclude this remarkable Western Union Foundation Fellowship Summit, I'd like to extend a massive thank you to Evie for orchestrating such an exceptional event as our MC and planner. Your dedication truly made this summit a success. A heartfelt thank you to the Western Union Foundation for sponsoring this fellowship. Your support has afforded us the incredible opportunity to collaborate with diverse fellows from across the globe, fostering invaluable connections and impactful initiatives. I'd love to express gratitude to the various teams involved: development, operations, search, design, as well as our dedicated program implementation team, Program Manager Nerva, Program Coordinator Uche, and Basecamp Program Manager Mary for their unwavering commitment to this fellowship's success. To all the fellows who poured their hearts into their presentations, thank you for sharing such impactful initiatives. Your presentations were incredibly inspiring, and I'm deeply moved by the narrative shared. I'd also like to acknowledge the fellows who didn't present today. So please take a moment to explore their bios and connect with them on LinkedIn to learn more about their exceptional work. Mahatma Gandhi wisely pointed out, and I quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." While in this summit, we virtually traveled to geographical areas to listen to the presentations, our community is truly, truly, truly global. And as global citizens, we bear the responsibility to make this world a better place for future generations. As we conclude, let's engage in an activity aimed at forming a tight-knit community around this summit. Please join me in the chat by sharing your name, what you can offer professionally to this community, which is your give, what you seek or need professionally, which is your ask, and include your LinkedIn or email in the chat. Now, I'll soon be passing the virtual mic back to Evie for her closing remarks, but remember, please continue to share what you can offer and what you seek professionally in the chat, as we will summarize this information and follow up via email so that we can build a strong community and collaborate together. So as I said, let's build a strong community, fostering collaboration and support as we continue on our separate journeys. Together, we can create even more meaningful impact in our communities and beyond. Thank you all again for your incredible contributions to the summit. It's been a pleasure, and Evie, I turn the floor back to you.
Thank you, Dwayne, for encouraging us to take the opportunity to connect with and uplift one another today. As we conclude the 2023-2024 Western Union Foundation Fellowship Summit, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for being part of the celebratory gathering. Thank you to the Western Union Foundation for making this fellowship and global impact possible. As we close the summit, let's embrace the profound words of Japanese writer Rie Nosuke. Individually, we are one drop. Together, we are an ocean. Your connections have the power to transform not only your journey, but the world. Thank you for joining, and may your shared network be a catalyst for meaningful change.